Waiting for a few more to tune in. Waiting for a few more. Waiting for a few more to tune in. Please go ahead, share it, invite. We will start very soon. If you can go ahead and invite friends and share it, I will appreciate that. lakini tena tamama lakini tena tamama mabigeni bekian dakika wai kagena tamama amono haja bata mama mambiwo so haja kulu kwenye kama tarau jana lazimi adibu kwenye kama tarau. Waiting for a few more to tune in. Mami habisun sangala itama bidugu jena tatodon kanamu mubatal kanarabia mapi jena tema biruwa mederesa kanabiyu jesma jena tema biruwa fikenisa kanawodilo haki jena debi habara solo don karabu jena de dala ukefiri kwenye doma dala jena lazimi adibu kwenye doma dala. Bitana hajatani kanina maalimu iyali kwesi kanumo raba bitana hajatani kanina madarisu iyali kwesi kanumo raba bitana hajatani kanina maalimu iyali kwesi kanumo raba bitana hajatani kusara deleiti mama kusara deleita papa kusara deleiti mama kusara deleita papa kwenye kama dala jena lazimi adibu. One more song, then we'll start. We're waiting for a few more people to tune in. Let's wait for a few more. After this song, we'll start. Salami wasulu Nina kulu ibu badu ya jama Mashaki bijare Salami wasulu Salam alaikum Alaikum salam Salam alaikum Alaikum salam Salam dema binadisho kolya kwani. Na na na. Salam alaikum. Alaikum salam. Salam. Salam alaikum. Alaikum salam. Peace is all we need in our families. In our country. Salam. Salam yaudi na day. Region of Sudan. Oh no no. It's second number one. Akuma ako geni sawa. Okot ma okot geni sawa. Yeah. Jeran ma jeran geni sawa. Sabi ma sabi geni sawa. Yeah. Gebila ma gebila geni sawa. Bele ma bele geni sawa. Yeah. Salam. Salam alaikum. Alaikum salam. 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 Okay, let's go ahead and start. Good to see you all. Please help me. If you don't mind, you can share it. And also start inviting. I've seen there's a couple shows going on Facebook, but we will continue. First of all, thank you all for coming and happy Tuesday. Today is the 26th of November of December of April. Time goes fast. It's almost 5 more days for the month to end. This month goes really fast. You know, Zaman Jari, we don't even feel it, but we thank God for His grace. You know, today we are talking about. We come up with another topic, which is what do you do if you find out your child, your daughter, your sons, if your son is gay and you find out your daughter is lesbian? In that case, what will you do as parents? You know, and those are the things sometimes we don't determine our children's future, but sometimes uh, the environment that they're living in, the friends that they're associating with, uh, it can play a big impact. It can play a big impact on or in your child age, and that's why don't be surprised. A lot of people now they kind of surprised nowadays, especially with the routes that our children takes. Sometimes uh, it's it's hard for us as parents to control. It's hard for us to do something about it. But it's very important for all of us to come and talk about this, the root cause of it, and how can we prevent it. Because hayat okulu, you can prevent it. by the way. Lakin, uh, sometimes it's really too late. Sometimes it's too late if we don't capture, if you don't capture it in the early age, then it will be hard for you to control. You have no choice than to let your child do whatever they wanted to do. Even if you direct them, you try to put them into to the right track. Sometimes it's not easy to put them into the right track, and that's why it is very important for you as parents, as fathers and as mothers to do something about it early. Try to capture it early. And in diaspora, there's doctors, there's people that you can talk to help you if you're not capable of helping or doing something about it. There's counselors, there's your doctors, your physicians. There's people, there's agencies that can help you, especially if you really get it quickly. If you see your daughter, your sons are behaving differently, then it is something that you can consider asking for help. But when you ignore things like that, sometimes that's when become hard for us to do something about it. Ashankida, it's really important for your sons and daughters to not fall into that temptations or not to not fall in that category. Uh, it's really important. Okay, thank you, Brother Moses. Yes, the thing here on weekend, I'm busy to be honest, and that's why I usually do the topics or the shows on usually. I usually do it on Tuesday and Thursday. Ashan weekend, there's so many activities on weekend. Clubhouse is busy. A lot of people there are busy. So uh, it's hard for me to. I don't think so. I will have enough time to come and open a topic like this, especially in a clubhouse, which is very important to discuss about this topic, this clubhouse. But due to other commitment too, the clubhouse, it really make it hard uh, for me to go there and host those kind of shows there. I thought about it, but I know the situation in clubhouse now. Things are not uh, going the way we want it, the way we expect it. Things are going in a different ways. So, but it is what it is. It's really great to see you, Brother Moses. Good to see you. So, if you find out that your child or your son become lesbian or gay, you know, we need to know the reasons of that. We need to know who are your child's friends. If it's a boy or a girl, you need to know munio ashabu man always that they're بكون قاعدين سوا مع بعض as friends. It is very important for you to know. You need to know a little bit about the backgrounds of your child's friends. You need to know a little bit about their parents' backgrounds. You need to know a little bit about uh, uh, things like that. And then from there, you will know where is your child legal academy when. Where did your child learn this kind of stuff? And that's why we urge you as parents, you need to be very, very close to your children, especially when they reach age of teenagers, which is a very difficult age. It's very critical age, and that age, any child wanted to know your identity. You're talking about from 14 all the way to 18, or let's say from 13 to 19. Your child want to know their identity. Who are they? And are they born as men, or male or female? Even though the outside they will look like a woman, example, but inside or in their heart, they will act like a female. So also the hormones with ayalak, you need to check with your doctors because there's some children that have higher genes, especially when it comes to hormones. Feedback yal, they're carrying hormones with lot, which is too high. You know, at the same time, في بنات بيشيلوا hormone بتاع lot, which is too high, or the other way around. عشان كده, to detect those kind of stuff, you need to sit and consult your doctors, consult physicians, consult people that have ideas or backgrounds in terms of those kind of situations. Then they will be able to help you, and they can detect, or they can even they can adjust the hormones that your child have. If it's 70 versus 60, then they can manage it by giving doses or give them medications that will be suitable to their whatever circumstance they are facing. So in that case, if your child become, if you detect early, then it's a good news, which means they can balance up your child's hormones by giving them medication that will balance up, and then بعد كده الجناح بيعيش a normal life. It's very important. Some of us they look at it, جينا ده فينال خليه يعمل ده يعمل بعدين بغير. No, it is something that's حاجة في جوام. It's something that in their body. So it will not come naturally كده. It has to be treated. So that's why it's really important for you to go and consult uh, the expertise so that they can help you in that kind of cases. Now, in the age of 13, like I mentioned, all the way, or say 12, all the way to 16 or to 18 or to 19, rather, a sleepover has damaged a lot of our children. A sleepover, we look at it as our children are having fun, let them go and sleep with their friends, their cousins, and all this, etc. It's okay. And the thing here, we don't even go to their room and see how are they playing, what are they doing when they are in their rooms. And for the most part, sometimes they lock the door, and you will see them laughing, joking, but you don't know what they're actually doing. And parents here will choose to give them privacy, let them have fun with their children, with their friends. It's okay. As long they're at home, they're downstairs, they're in their rooms, I'm safe. But the reality, it's not. You're not. The sleepover is always good that you open your eye and you have to know the movement and everything that occurs, everything that's happening in that house. Even if it's your own house, you must know what exactly going on. Every 15, 20 minutes, it will not take you, it will take you only 30 seconds to go and pick and see what are they doing. It will not take long, you know. Ashan Kida, stuff like that, we must open our eyes and we must do something about it. By us coming, when we see stuff like that, you will detect and you will know what kind of friends that your child have or your daughters have. Like in Ehna, we failed to do so. We thought that maybe uh, if they're having fun and I'm home with them, it's safe. Another thing that also that we need to look into is the school or the neighborhood. It can play also a big impact. Most of us, we choose to live in a low income area so that we don't work hard, but we forget the environment that you're living in, the friends that في area في neighborhood ده. Because your child will go and uh, maybe after school they will go and play either football, basketball, volleyball, or they will even go there and chill or swimming, whatever, you name it, volleyball, you name it, any kind of activities. You are not present there. You're not there. You don't know exactly what they're talking about. You don't know what kind of conversation that they usually have after school, or even area بتاعهم اللي هم ساكنين فوق. Those are the stuff that we can also look into. Another thing, which is the most important and the most dangerous thing, is the power of social media or uh, the phone by itself. This device, it's very, very harmful. It's very, very dangerous. But we don't consider that. We look at it in just only the device. We don't even check what kind of activity that they goes, what kind of apps that they're playing, what kind of privacy setting that they're doing in their phones. So things like that, it's very important for us even to open our eyes and to see what are they doing with their phone, what kind of apps or what kind of activities that their child is involving into, especially when they are in their rooms, when they are chilling with their friends, talking with their friends, playing games even online with their friends. You see, عشان كده there's so many reasons when your child's facing stuff like that. They don't usually come and come and talk to you if they're facing something. Most children, for the most part, what they will do, they rather kept quiet or rather keep quiet because they feel like if they come and consult you or if they come and talk to you about any circumstance, anything they're facing, what will happen next? They will have fear that if I go and tell my parents about such and such or so and so, maybe I will be in trouble. Maybe they will be in trouble. Maybe she will be in trouble or he will be in trouble. So they choose not to discuss things like that with the parents, especially with the mother. Of course, the father will be far away, will not know. The person that can detect or can know the child's activities is the mothers, because you guys are so attached to your children. So if you see something suspicious, the only person that, or the first person will detect that it is you as parents, for the most part. So, so it's really important for us. Even the school that your child goes to is another thing that we need to look into. The school, friends, neighborhoods, those are important. Sometimes لما يكون في disasters زي ده أو لما يكون في تجارب زي ده, we are the reason, because we do not take extra step. We do not consider, this thing can harm my child in the near future. We don't look into that, and that's why sometimes things like that. Sometimes it's hard for us to do something about it. But the good news is when you see your child behaving differently, it will be wise, or it will be a best bet for you to do is to go and consult your daughter, talk to your daughter, your doctors, and talk to their father and see what can you do as parents, because both of you guys have to come with an agreement. Okay, now they're suspicious. A child is doing this one, two, three, four. They're suspicious that my daughter is doing one, two, three, four. So what are the way forward? What can we do? And that's why when raising children, it is very important for both parents to be there, especially in that age. I'm talking about the 13 all the way to 19 years old. you need to open your eyes and be close to them and try to figure out what's going on. Because the transformations from age 14 all to turn from there, from 14 turning to be 16 and 17, you will see that your child activity will increase. Sure. You will see the increase of the attitude. You will see weird stuff. You will see the behaviors acting, your child's acting weird. You will see the attitude that will involve, you know, you will see a strange thing that your child's going to behave. And those behaviors, it's normal because your child want to know herself or himself. Your child now is turning the voice, even the الصوت بتاعه الحنجرة بتاعه بيختلف. You will know that, hey, my child now is transforming to something else. So those changes are normal. When a child transform or when you see a child acting weird or behaving different weird, it's normal. What is not normal uh, is when you see them acting weird and yet you don't do anything about it. Because now remember what I said, your child is detecting or trying to know themselves. So they will start acting weird, behaving weird. So on top of that, will be the things that I talked about earlier, the transformations. You know, those are the things that your child will also face. The environment. لأن الحاجات دي كله they all linked together على فكرة. They all connected together. You know, when a child's trying to transform to something else, plus the environment that they have. If your child live in a peaceful environment or in a health, if your child live in a healthy environment, most likely 80%, 90% your child will make it through because the environment that they're living in, the schools and friends and all this, you know, if turned out to be positive, then most likely your child will make it through, when it comes to transformations. It make it through. It will it will be normal for sure. What is not normal is when they come and find everything is blocked, when they don't see positive environment, when they don't see positive friends, good friends, uh, then your child most likely will be lost in between, or will be lost in the middle. You know, and that's why that's when family will play a big role. This is the time that you need to step as father, as mother. When you see that your child, when you detect things that are not normal, then it is you as parent to step by consulting your position, by talking to your child, by even moving to a safer neighborhood, by even addressing your kids, try to educate that child. You know, uh, those are the things, those are the tools that we all need. Otherwise, people sometimes they get surprised and they don't know what to do, and that's why sometimes they turn to either become gay or become lesbian because when home garden transform from one level to next to another level, that's the time that it needs supervisions. It's just like when you see somebody, if you see anybody went to operations, anybody lo mashafi amalia, hmm? uh, after surgery, they will put you in a room. In that room, they will check how you're going to behave after your surgery. They will see how you're gonna tolerate after when the medication بيجسمك لما يطلع من الجسم. hmm? في غرفة ده. They will not let you go. They will not uh, put you in different room. They put you for a while, 15, 20 minutes, sometime an hour. And if they see that things are going normal and you fighting normal and you are behaving normal without any issues, then they will move you from that room to your personal room. ولا في أمبر بتاعك. You will never see someone بطلع من العملية, then they will put them straight to their room. They have to put them in a room, they monitor them real well, and then from there هيقدر يشيلوك في الروم اللي بعد كده. You will be recovering slowly. So those children, they will recover alone when from moving from stage one to stage two, or from level one to level two. It's really important. Exactly, Brother Moses. I agree with you. Moses mentioned our friends and relative children can also influence our own children behaviors. It's true. And that's why it nothing wrong if you see your friends' children are behaving differently or behaving weird. You can take a break for a while. Don't force it because you're harming your children, even your relative, your cousins, and if you see the way they're treating them or the way they're growing, if you see the environment is not be will not be healthy for your children, why not? You can take a break for a while until because your children بكره لما يحصل لهم حاجه, who they're going to blame? They will blame father and the mother. They say يا ليل ما ربهم كويس, يا ليل say ما لك وزول يربيهم. See, it is not you. See, but in the end they will blame you as parents. In the end they will look at المشكله ده العيال اللي خربوا ده, it is not them, it is you. لكن the reality is not you, it's them. عشان كده let's not confuse the two. In our culture لما جينا يقول لنا فلان فلان لما نخرب جينا فلان فلان. See, okay, and that's why I think it will help a lot if we can all do something about it before it's too late. We can do something about it by educating ourselves, uh, being open. And مثلا كجنوبين sometime when we are facing problem or things like that, we seems like we seems to ignore things. No? We seems to go, you know what, it's okay, give it a time, جانا ده في النهاية بيمشي غير. That's not the case. That's not the case, my brother and sister. The more time you give, the more harm, the more you are harming your kids, the more you're making your kids become lost, and they will lose. They will become lost easy. And later on, you will note that your child have finally choose whatever routes they want to take, either being lesbian or being gay. See what I'm saying? عشان كده you open your eyes very careful. Open your eyes well. This is the time. This is the moment that you must do something about it. This is the moment that the parents must act or do something about it. Otherwise, like I mentioned, لما يكونوا في سن معين, then it's going to be too late for you to do something about it. Then your child will choose his or her destiny. They will end up choosing their destiny because lack of supervision is there. Nobody educate them. They have not been checked or consult, a doctor or physician, stuff like that. They have not even changed the schools or even the neighborhood, you know, the friends that they hang out with, etc. And there's so many things. عشان كده I know uh, things like that. Sometimes we look at it, we seems to. It is not our culture for sure, and that's why sometimes it's hard. You know, when dealing with a culture that is not ours, we seems to ignore it. أنا بنشوف ده ما culture بتاعنا. There's no way my child will get to that stage, or there's no way my child will do such things. You know, we seems to be, you know, we seems to be, anyway, sure that there's no way my child will turn to. I get it. There's no way. We seem to have 100%. You know, there's no way my kids will do something like that. You know, عشان كده sometimes when we fall in that situation, usually or most likely, uh, we fail. بنقع في تجارب وبنكون we always have a problem. Now, what if اتضح انه you can't control it? What if you try and there's no luck? You try بالدكاترة، حاولت تتكلم مع الدكاترة، حاولت تتكلم مع expert، حاولت even تتكلم مع جناح، ما في نتيجة. What will you do next? If you find out in خلاص تعرف I failed, there's no solutions, I really don't know what to do next, what will you do? Are you going to continue giving up, or you will do something about it? And that's the reason we come up with this topic. What if you give up and and you find yourself in there's no solutions? You find yourself, there's no way, there's nothing else you can do. And your child choose whatever routes or whatever طريقة اللي هم اختاروا, let it be. In a place like the US or Canada, you know, it become a law that they are free, they are 100%, they can choose whatever routes they wanted, either being lesbian or being gay. They already signed the law that you have a right to practice whatever routes you want to take. So if you push it hard, especially when they reach 18 or 19, you ممكن يعملك سوء, or even your child can take you to jail because it is their choice in the ends, right? It is, this is what they want, this is what I want, cannot do anything about it. They can even go to gay community or lesbian community and live there and practice whatever they want, you know. So Logun, this is not our culture, right? And you need help at the same time. What will you do? And the law and order are giving them rights to do whatever they want to do. That's why that's why. Mhm. Yes, both. I agree with you, but it out, and that's why I was saying early that those kind of behaviors or حاجات زي كده, of course they're free to do what they want, but do we have a power before they reach age of 18? Can you do something about it before قبل ما هم to get lost, قبل ما يوضروا? And that's what I was talking about here earlier. I'm talking about the age, starting the age of 12 all the way to 19. What have you done to put your child in the right track? Because most likely لما هم يكونوا في يختاروا whatever routes they want, Usually it happens in the age of 18 or even 19 or even في age of 18 or 19 or ممكن 20. So starting from 12 all the way to 17, it عملت شنو as parents? What have you done different? That's what I'm talking about here. It is not about the choice now, but أنا choice بيحصل of course عندهم choice, لكن في النهاية uh, إحنا we have our culture, we have our beliefs, we have our heritage, and of course احنا حاجات زي ما عندنا right. لكن ما نقول إنه because احنا يالنا قاعدين في diaspora أو ولدهم في diaspora then they can choose and do whatever they want, right? You know. آه، عشان كده احنا لازم we we لازم نعمل حاجة الموضوع ده قبل ما هم يكبروا أو قبل ما هم يختاروا الطريقة بتاعهم. أنت كأب وكأم ممكن تعمل حاجة. Yes, Moses, you know. So we have the power, and the power is from age of 13 all the way to age of from age of 13 all the way to age of 19, right? And that's what I'm talking about. We have a power. So since you have a power to control your child, starting from age 12 all the way to age 15, sorry, age 12 to all the way to age 19, if you have a power to stop or do something about it, then you can do so. And that's when we need educations. That's when our children, I mean, the parents need educations. Because if you are educated as parents, if you know what to do, then you will be able to come on with a strategy. You will be able to come on with ideas on how to help your child. Because this child is an innocent, right? Like I mentioned earlier, the environment, the friends, the neighborhoods, the schools, all above, all of this are all involved in one. So if we categorize all these Hayat Basel, if you break them out one by one, uh, it need wisdom and need times. So when a child falls into that category, or if a child falls into temptation, especially stuff like that, you are the one that can do something about it. Otherwise, you are encouraging your child to choose whatever routes they want, because if you are close to them in the age of 12 all the way to 18, if you're so close to them, then you will be able to determine when your child is acting weird, right? You will be able to to, to stop it. But if you just give it a time, like it's okay, let's give him a chance. Let's wait 1, 2 years, 3 years from now, that child will be okay. The time that you wasted is not reversible, al fikra. The time that you wasted is gone, and there's no U-turn, which means you lost it, or the child has alas lost that time. And if you're trying to regain the time or try to fix or to rewind it, it will be impossible for you to do so, right? عشان كده I urge from age 12, speaking from age 12 to 18, there are time that we need to educate, like what my brother Moses mentioned earlier. Yes, we have a power to educate our children before everything gets out of our hand as parents. That's what he mentioned earlier, which is an uh, important statement, because things get out of control when they reach a certain age, and that's what I'm saying, the age of 18, when they become mature enough to choose whatever routes they want, right? So before the إنه يوصل بدرجات زي كده, that's when we must, not just one parents, the both parents, mother and father, they must detect those symptoms. Huh? If they're detected early, then they will be able to address the issues by speaking to the expert or by even speaking to the physician to see what can they do, right? Uh, it is sensitive in a way, but at the same time, the children that are born here, this is the home for them. That's the only place they know, which means the influence that they're living in, the environment they're living in, can play a big impact. And that's why it is very important for us to step as parents by educating them, by encouraging them to know their identity. So if you say that it's their choice to choose whatever routes, whatever identity they want, but physically you know that if your child is a male, is a boy, and that boy become gay, or your daughter become lesbian, for example, do you think God created you that way? If you're a male inside out and you turn to be female, mm, and you want people to call you by that name, of course, the law allow children to do, I mean, people to choose whatever they wanted. It is a law. It's approved. I remember back in the time with Barack Obama administrations, they have approved in gay, lesbian, they have right to practice whatever route they wanted to take. In the end, it's their own choice. I agree with you, brother Ball, when you mentioned that. But why are we deceiving our children if that's not their identity? If that's not what God has calling them to be? So something not right. Something need to be corrected somewhere, right? So, and that's when we need to intervene. That's when we need to come in. Like I mentioned, talking about age 12 to 18, 12 to 17. That's what I'm talking about. In that category, that's when you must do something about it. Otherwise, when they reach 18, then by law, they have right to practice whatever routes they want, for sure. And in that time, well, with that, في زمن ده, you have no rights or you cannot do anything about it. عشان كده, those kind of sensitive uh, topic, sensitive issue, it's clear, or our children involved in those kind of stuff. I'm not talking based on the, I know, just for the sake of talking. No, but there is some children that fall into the temptations, right? In that category, there is a lot of students where they become lesbian or become gay, for sure. We do have, uh, but what can we do? Luhomo Galo, Luhomo listed before 18, you know. But after 18, of course, there's nothing you can do about it. But before 18, have you done something? Have you done something different to help? Moses says that here, let me put it up here. We must tell our children that nobody chooses their gender, male or female, or color, black or white. The Bible can also help our children if the parents live by the world, by the word of God. Mm? Children learn by seeing and being a role model for our children. It's true. So the role model that you're doing, you as parents, you as Moses, you as uh, what is his name, Bol, you know, what role model that are you putting? What role model are you playing to help your children? And the role model that you're putting, your children will see, you know, the environment that you're living in as parents, as both husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend. The child will observe the only people that the child will trust is the parents. So anything you do can play a big impact in the long run, see, in the future. So what Moses mentioned here, that when you put a role model for your kids, your children, then it will be easy for them. It will be easy for them to have a bright future because you're playing a big role, huh? You're playing a big role, and that's why for the for a child to be lesbian or to be gay, also the parents have a big impact. If a father or if a parents are straight, then most likely the child will be straight. But at the same time, you do your parts, do your part as parents, then the children will what will observe and see how the parents are behaving. عشان كده when our children fall into temptation, it requires both parents to do something about it. And also, if the kids are not, if the parents ignore your child's behaviors, the things that are they're doing, then most likely they will fall into temptations. Because if you observe and you've seen something that's not right and you addressed it, or you fix it, or you try to make it work, then your child can listen to you. Also, by the word of God too, can encourage. You know, it's also important for the child to know the word of God as well, because otherwise it will be hard to control. And that's why I urge both parents to take extra step by coming closer. You need to come close to your children. You need to know uh, their behaviors, who are they talking to. You need to know the environment that they're into that can play impact. It's very important. If we detect all this before age of 18, then most likely we will succeed or we do something. Statistically, most lesbian or gays usually they grow up in foster homes. They grow up in stepfathers, stepmoms' houses, uh, stuff like that. Because those kids they abuse them in the early age. They've been sexually abused, you name it. And if that's the environment they know, if that's the environment they grew up with, most likely when they grow up, they will choose that routes, right? So most of the children or the girls that become lesbian or gay, usually they have experienced it. They have seen it in the past, or they have tried in the past. See? So all this, when a child tries something, engage in those kind of sexual activity, most likely they will become a part of that in the long run. And that's why I urge, or it's my opinions that when your kids are going for sleepover, you must know those people very well. Don't just allow them for the sake of their friends. Let them just go have a good time. No, you get to know them. You get to know the parents, the background, a little bit about their backgrounds, so that your child will be safe in whenever they go to sleepover. Because most of those incidents usually happen for sleepovers or foster homes, for example. عشان كده when a child become you know lesbian, straight, gay, lesbian, وحاجات زي كده, usually there's a reason. It does not come just well, I choose to be a gay or I choose to be a lesbian. It doesn't work that way. The study have indicates, have proof, have telling us that there is reasons for that. عشان كده, that's why I urge you from age of 12, talking about from 12 to 17, before reaching age of 18. That's when you need to open your eyes real wide and try to see what can you do in order for you to help your child, either your daughter or your son. 12 to 18. 18, of course, they can choose the destination, whatever routes they want to take, right? But I'm talking about from 12 all the way to 17. They are under your supervisions. They're under you. You they're under your authority. So you are the final say, either yes or no. You know, and that's why it's really important. لما يكون جانا لسه في تحت إدارة بتاعك, you are the one that can save that child or do something about it, not the other way around. But when they reach 18, Allah become legal. Those children become teenagers. Now they have a choice to choose whatever route they want to take. Alas, it's going to be hard for you to do something about it. They can even tell you, "Hey, dad, mom, hey, this is my life. I can do whatever I want. If you don't want me, I can move. I can go to whatever states I want. It's my life. I can choose whatever I want." You see, they will give you attitude because they know, even if you try to call the authority, they will tell you, you know what? Hey, she's 18 or he's 18. They choose their routes, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's the topic that we I wanted us to talk about it today in terms of educations, and those kind of sensitive are there, and those kind of sensitive topic need us uh, to do something about it, or at least educate our community about those circumstances. You know, I know that not all the children, thank God, not all the family are having a child that are victims, especially, or choose those kind of routes. There is some, but we know our culture. Even if we do, we choose not to talk about it, right? You will see there's a lot of family facing those kind of things, but sometimes they don't talk about it and they don't seek for help. They don't ask for help. They don't know what to do. They don't even have an idea on where to get help. And that's why education is powerful. When we see stuff like that, it is important for us to come and educate our loved one, our people, to wake up so that they can, if the child try to, or if the kids, one of the children, one of your kids, you know, become or tempted, for example, then you as parents know what to do. The tools are there, the ideas are there, the education is there. So it's good to listen, so that you can determine, so you can choose, capture the good thing that you wanted to take, and the rest, if you don't want it, فبيها. you know عشان كده المعلومات زي دول احنا محتاجين توعية، محتاجين انه نتحدث ونتفاكر مع بعض في الحاجات اللي زي دي، بالذات الاطفال من عمر 12 لعمر 17. But that was the topic for tonight. I thank you for watching. Unless if there's more questions, but that was all I have for the educations that I present today. I hope that everything is clear. Thank you, Moses, and thank you, Bol. Thank you for thank you for engagement and for your questions. It means a lot, bro. So there's one here from Moses said that yes, many parents are worried about the children's in the Western world here, including myself. I am blessed with three little boys, age of 1, 3, and 7. My wife and I are trying our best to educate them at this age, we still have power to educate them. Yes, my brother uh, Moses, you know, that those age are still, you still have a long way to go. Maybe another uh, 6 more years, 5 more years before you will see the difference, right? Uh, and like I thank God too with my kids. I thank God for that. You know, my oldest is 22. Then I got the 19. I got the 17. I got the 14. Then I got the 12. You know, so with all these children, you know, uh, I never face any, and I thank God for that. I never face any problem because I open my eyes carefully. I have to do extra job to make sure, extra step to make sure that those kids are the future, our future, right? So when we open our eyes and try to be close to them, you will do anything by any means to make sure that your child make it through. And when they make it through, you will rejoice and you thank God and for His goodness, for His mercy, right? But not all the children will make it through. If you have five, maybe 3 out of 5 they will make it through. Two will be a little bit uh, noisy or a little bit. You will have concern because if you have 5 or 6, not all of six of them will make it through peacefully, right? Majority maybe will make it through, but you will find 1 or 2 that are a little bit مجنون شويه كده محتاج مساعده عشان كده it's really important uh, uh, to discuss stuff like that, you know. Thank you, brother Moses Makir. As we all spend most of our time in Clubhouse. As I look at our people, they're not here. Everybody's in Clubhouse. Everybody's in the politic, you know, stuff like that. Uh, Facebook yeah, they can a lot of people can be for Facebook. Like when Clubhouse started, halas, people move or people shifted. They now Clubhouse become number one. Like in Facebook, people they will just come and spend 10, 20, 30 minutes, then they will leave, go back to Clubhouse. Clubhouse become a like a become people become addicted to it. Thank you, brother Moses, for this wonderful comment. You know, and I thank you for watching. I spent an hour and 10 minutes. That should be enough for education. That will be enough for today's uh, session. Uh, we'll come back again on Tuesday. Sorry, today is Tuesday. We'll come back on Thursday with a different topic and let's different topic about نشوف education التاني بكون في شنو. But I thank you for watching. May God bless all of you guys and let's try to do something to save our children and to educate our kids. It's very important. I will play one more song and then I will call it good. And I thank you all. That's right, bro. That's That's right, bro. African bataille, African bataille. Binia kanini isito sisi. Sisi kabasuana yo. Sisi wadurubana yo. Sisi wadurubana yo. African Guinea. African bataille, African bataille. Binia kanini isito sisi. Sisi kabasuana yo. Sisi wadurubana yo. Sisi wadurubana yo. I'm sorry for everything I did. I can't let you go again. Love is all I need. And I thank you for that time. And you was taking a Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Stay blessed, guys. Shalom, shalom.